So
According...
we don't see the little kids anymore. They're gone, right?
Oh,
Because we put them in the crypt.
you don't see... The mist has alleviated, and you can see out way farther now, outside of the house. And
This is
you guys
episode 6, I
see
think.
this crow actually fly by with a letter in its mouth, and then gets close enough to you to just drop it. And this letter kind of flutters and lands at your feet. But the crow just continues flying back, kind of in the
Lands at whose feet?
northwest-ish direction. What was that, Rena?
Whose feet?
The group's feet.
Our collective feet.
Not just anyone's. It just kind of drops it like in the ground in front of you, all of you.
I'll bend down and pick it up.
I'm a little distracted looking for components for my spells.
It's a sealed letter. It says welcome. Would you like to open it?
Well, that's unusual.
I just kind of look up at everybody. Should I open it?
Look
While
around
we're
everybody
meandering.
wounded and stuff like that. What's
I'm
the
taking
worst
care
that
of my
could happen?
wounds, yeah.
Well, Rena's of the mind that when things like this happen, yeah, we should open it.
Yes,
But
plots do happen, and yes.
yeah, that we should read it, etc. But my character really thinks that there's danger around every corner, so she is kind of nervous and skittish about things like this. So
Imagine that.
okay, well, she'll crack the seal and take a look at it, and she'll read it out loud. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strad von Zorich.
Zarovich. As you say that name, a cold shiver runs down your spine, Ireena.
Oh, God.
Name sounds
She'll physically react to it and physically shiver.
I'm trying to remember, where did we hear that name before? It was the other letter, wasn't it?
Was there another letter? Who has that letter?
The one I passed to Maverick before.
Let's see, a mysterious note. Other than the suicide. Yep.
I'm just going to bring that up again, just so that person...
Yeah, I just pulled it up. I don't have it, so I'm reading it as Rena, but not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just put it up for the YouTube. So.
I'm gonna put this invitation into my satchel.
While we're playing with this, I do a medicine check on myself and see how badly I am. If there's anything I can do for myself.
Sure.
Well, what time of day is it?
It's probably about a little bit before noon.
Oh.
I think perhaps before anything else, we need to find some food.
Well, help me find some mistletoe. I can get you covered for that.
something?
That'd be a nature check, boss.
Let's say I don't know a lot about where. No, don't know a lot about plants, but do you normally find mistletoe in a place like this?
That's you find in forests.
I'm just looking around to see if I can see this castle.
Not quite. Yeah, all you see is like off in the distance, like a low hanging fog above your head is a low hanging fog, so you can see straight out, but it's still day enough, but it's a gray everywhere.
Mountain isn't out today.
You don't even see
Okay.
you don't see blue sky. You see just gray above you.
Maybe it would
Yeah.
be a good idea if we kind of camp here and rest for a while and then start traveling.
Did the invitation say when he wanted us to come by?
No, he just said bid you to dine at my castle so we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your travel here will be a safe one. So,
He's still not a guy you want to keep waiting.
well, which way do we go then?
As a crow flew.
I mean, there's still the road that we came in on before we stopped at
Wow.
the house.
That's the road we came in on.
Well, if we keep
To
going the way
you
we
came
were
from.
going.
You came from the east. The crow went northwest.
So I mean, we just keep following the road. That's what I was suggesting.
Okay.
Plus,
With the house.
I'd like to rest. None of us have eaten today, so
That's
Oh.
true.
Well, like I said, help
Maybe
me
we
find some
can get
mistletoe.
there.
we'll keep an eye out.
I'm
Do I
presuming
roll
the
nature
house is.
for finding things?
What was that, Ireena?
I'm presuming that the house is like kind of collapsed now.
Nope. It looks perfectly untouched and normal.
Well, that's freaky.
Not too inclined to mess with it though.
You know
No.
you looked inside. You look inside the windows, and you just notice there's no black smoke inside the windows, and they're not boarded up anymore. You can actually
Wow.
see inside.
Okay. And I'm presuming, okay, like the house was kind of up on a hill, kind of away from the road,
Uh,
or right next to it.
it's probably say like 100 feet away from the road ish. Maybe a little bit. The house is maybe a little less than that.
Okay.
And you can see behind it is just like dead fields.
Well, like crops that are dead.
Yeah, there's like not even crops growing on them. Just dirt.
Just dirt. Okay, well, let's start walking the road. She's gonna start heading the same way they were heading when they first arrived.
Okay.
And can I do so? I got to check to try to find mistletoe.
How far off the beaten path are you gonna go? You can roll a survival check. But yeah, go ahead and. This is pretty open plain because you can see out, and it's just like grassland. It is straight, just grassland.
Survival.
Yeah. You realize there's like you would have to go into the forest to get that mistletoe because there is like hardly any actual like mistletoe trees around this area or likely to be in this area. You guys are starting to head out that towards the west, right? You're leaving that building behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had dinner date with Strahd.
Well, at least you said there'd be food.
All right. So, see, a quarter of a mile. Hey, Rob, could you do a quick math for me and figure out how long a quarter mile it takes for you guys just to walk?
Pull up the Player's Handbook here and find out. Unless you just want to see like 30 feet, right? Basic walk speed.
You guys are not exactly running faster. You're just traveling normal pace.
I got a movement
Is
speed of 25.
the one avatar that's on the board, is that
That's
the only
everyone.
avatar that we?
Yeah, that's the only
That's
avatar.
everyone?
That's everyone.
Because it looks like we can only see like 20 feet.
Here, let me show you something real quick.
Oh, like 3 kilometers. Okay, that's a lot farther. Gotcha.
Yeah, each hex is a quarter of a mile.
Okay.
So if you go 2 miles, you go a half mile.
Let's see if I can do
You
this.
see out a half mile basically from you.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
So that's why you're definitely the everyone's in that one hex tile.
All right, so at a normal travel pace, looks like people typically travel about 3 miles per hour.
Okay.
So says the Player's Handbook.
So says the player's handbook. I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a little bit longer than that right now.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna say it takes you about, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over an hour before you get to actual town off in the distance. Let's see here, where is it? God, no, not what I wanted. Give me the description.
And is the road that we're following the same way that the crow went?
The crow went kind of north of some, but it's generally because when you were back here, it went. See, it went from back here. It went that direction. Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Maybe like something like that. That direction.
If you hold down Alt, it doesn't snap to the grid.
Okay, then Alt. So right like that direction it flew. So like northwest-ish, mostly west. So let me get to the tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground foot gives way to slick, wet cobstones. Tall shapes come recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each chest stares out like pools of blackness. No sounds cut the silence, as except for the mournful sobs that echo throughout the streets from a very far distance. And as you enter, I'll just put you there, and then we go to Woo.
Yay, another map.
Close. This time,
Oops.
you guys can see everything, not being so unknown.
Okay, I see where we're at. And I think
Yeah,
Let's go.
the town is quite silent, except for a very distant sobbing sound.
Can we tell where that sobbing sound is coming from? Or at least what direction?
It's coming from the west,
Okay. And we are
on the east side of the town.
okay. Well, that's good because I want to go straight.
That's
I'll
not for
be
any
happy
place
to hear
with,
that.
any sort of tavern or something.
You guys have. I think you guys have control of the token.
Out of curiosity, what is this token?
That's all of us.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't recognize the character. Is it
I
just
think it's
arbitrary, or?
yeah, it was supposed to represent Ireena's character.
Oh, okay.
It's a different image though.
Sure.
Any forest or anything around the town?
No, it's not from this view. There's like some shrubberies and trees to the south as you were entering, but there's like no actual real forest area around the town. You guys are walking in the town, and it seems like no one's in the roads right now. You see some buildings that are boarded up, and it's just very drab and dreary. This town. You give me a perception roll, some people, just out of curiosity.
Was there like a placard or anything that said the name of the town?
Oh.
Okay.
No, Evan, you notice there are people like glancing out of their windows in like maybe every fifth house or something as you're walking down, and then they just kind of like lean back into their windows, just kind of ignoring you guys.
So there's no people out on the town or anything like that?
Not right now.
Seems like they're hiding from something.
But it's like, what time of day is it now? It's like in the afternoon?
It's just shortly afternoon. As you like get down to this street, you see some people like meandering a little and then going their own ways, but it's like they're not going towards you.
Okay.
Has there been any sign of like a place we could get food yet?
Give me a survival check, Evan.
Can I find a restaurant in a city? Maybe. 17.
So here seems like there's a lot of traffic area, and that will give you a good direction where probably see something in this direction. You do see some smokestacks over here, like going, and then some smokestacks over here as well. So,
well, the townsfolk must know where to get food around here.
Do we see Strut's Castle anywhere?
As you get closer to the center of town, you see. Let me just get this. I wonder if it actually has it. Oh man. Let me get that description.
Because we were invited for dinner, so I don't know if we need to stop food or not.
I mean, at least for my character's part, I have no idea where this guy is or how far away he is. I just know that I haven't eaten today, and it's been a pretty wild day.
Yeah. We need to find a place where we can restock too.
As my character, I know that Strut is not the kind of guy you want to keep waiting.
Is Lancelot along with us?
Yes. Oh, where's that description that I wanted? Well, anyway, as you guys like enter the center of the town, actually the fog parts a little bit, kind of like someone just putting their hands and just separating clouds a little bit, and then you see like the bluish, still gray sky, but it's still a little bit more blue and a little bit more clear as you see up kind of northwest of you, beyond the trees, beyond up on a hill. It's just massive overlooking tower, just like so high up on this cliff face, just looking down at you like someone's watching you from a distance, all high and mighty. It's just looming down on you. Let's see here if I can see if I
I say go
We
there.
get the feeling that that's where we're supposed to go.
maybe.
I mean, it seems like the kind of place a lord might live.
I vote for go to the castle.
I don't like going not
It doesn't
rested.
seem close. And also you see a lot of forest in the way if you want to go straight line. And it's up a mountain. It's like cliff face, cliff face, cliff face.
Yeah, I need to do a little foraging anyway, so.
Journal. See if we can find it.
I'd much rather get supplies and rest, eat.
Well, they invited
Maybe
us
not in that
to-
order. Yeah, but if something happens and we have to fight, we're in no shape to do that. I don't have
think we
all
want to fight. I don't think we want to fight Strahd, so he chooses to kill us, so he's going to kill us.
Why would he want to kill us? We haven't done anything. By all accounts, he seems to have invited us here.
Well,
I think
I kind
probably
of
the
see that
house
he
was the
did
worst.
try to.
There can't be more of that nonsense here, can there?
Yes,
It's been crazy enough.
sure could be more of that.
Now, listen, miss. I know you're young.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Ooh, see, that looks creepy.
I went most of my life without seeing a ghost, and now I've seen 5 of them. I doubt things can get weirder.
Well,
And you see that on a hilltop several miles away.
I may not have the years like you have, but I think things could get worse. If we get attacked on the way there, we could get attacked here in town. You know, anything could really happen. And we're not prepared. We're not healed. We don't have supplies.
I've
Just
been to this
doesn't-
town before, and if Strahd says that he's going to let us pass unharmed, then we're going to pass unharmed.
Ireena, you're not completely unfamiliar of this particular town. You somehow, it's just like, you feel like may have been here before. So things look familiar. After you're just sitting in here for a while, you're just like, this is weird. How come I feel like I've been here?
You know, that shop over there looks so familiar.
Particularly if you're talking about a shop, yeah, just south of you. That's a shop. That is right there is a tavern / inn. Right there.
Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be it's the shop, and I think there's a tavern and inn right over there, and she's gonna point to it.
And it's called that one. You see the sign on it says "Blood of the Vine" on it, on a sign hanging above it, of the door.
Yeah.
Starts walking that way.
Yeah, it's very nice, and I'm sure it'll still be there after we get back from dinner. So let's just go to see Strahd.
Are you not starving, Moonbeam? Can stop for some lunch.
I'm extremely starving, so I've been searching around looking for some mistletoe, but
Well, maybe we can find some in town. Someone will know where to find us or look.
All right. Well, you guys head into Blood of the Vine.
Yes.
Single shaft of light thrusts illumination upon the main square. Brightness looking towards a solid pillar in the head. Above the gaping door is a sign that's particularly askew, proclaiming that it's Blood of the Vine Tavern. As you guys enter, you guys see not like maybe a little over a half dozen people sitting there. You see a bartender just like washing. Who's going in first? Just out of curiosity.
I am.
Okay. You see a bartender washing his glasses as he's just sitting there, like looks up at you and just continues washing. You see 3 chatty ladies just talking in a corner to themselves. A couple of people just chill, just like kind of like lounging and just eating their food, talking to themselves. And you see a weathered young man sitting in back, just drinking a glass of wine, sitting there pondering to himself. That's who you see.
Is there a table that seems
Now,
relatively empty?
there's plenty of tables. Does everyone else just go in following Gruff?
Yeah, I will.
I don't see why not.
I'll follow.
I choose one of the tables, sit down, and
As you guys are heading towards a table, Ireena walks in,
Wait, wait,
and
wait.
you
Oh no.
hear a spitake. Someone spitting out their wine. It's that guy in the back table.
She'll look at him surprised. Is he familiar?
Give me an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Oh God. Okay. Oh man.
Okay, perfect. And you hear him says, "What in the morning, Lord, are you doing here, Ireena? I thought you escaped Barovia."
Her eyes get wide.
And
You know this
Um,
man?
Can I do a
Um,
perception check to see if this guy's of Vistani?
he is not Vistani.
He's not
The
Vistani.
other, the 3 ladies in the corner are Vistani.
are
And then
they
the
ladies that were with us on the caravan?
No, no,
No.
not at all. They do not look familiar. They're Vistani, but they do not look familiar. He's just like, "Why did you come back to Barovia and to our village again? You know Strahd's gonna be looking for you. What the hell are you doing
Oh,
here,
her eyes
girl?"
are gonna get really wide.
And so, he actually grabs you by the arm. It's like, come with me.
Hey!
Oh, there's
She tries
stranger. What's
to.
going on here?
She's gonna try to grab Evan or whoever is
Sweet.
by her. She's gonna try to grab.
I'm gonna start growling at him a little bit.
Let go
let's
of me.
I grabbed him.
fine. Hey, whoa, jeez. I would rather do this at our home, Ireena.
She just looks at him.
I gotta
blankly.
talk to you about some things. Let's go to my manor, and we will talk.
You have food there?
I do not let go of the man. I look at Ireena.
Yes, I have food there. How else am I supposed to survive and eat?
Okay, that's Rena laughing.
I sort of blurted it out, and I was like,
Yeah, no. He totally threw me.
It's my house, duh. And
Okay.
mine and Ireena's home.
I'm not saying anything like
What was
I don't know what he's talking about. It's like, okay, we'll come with you. And she's just gonna look at Evan in the eyes like, let's just do it.
I let him go then.
all right.
He leads you kind of south, past. You guys hear the sobbing just continuing on, and it's getting louder. As soon as you get about here, then you just hear it coming from the building to your right. This building right here, and he just like ignores it, and it just continues on, and heads down to a building that looks very familiar-ish to you. You're like, you know the steps, you know the things, but you just like, why is this like place familiar? And
It's not bringing up any other memories. It's just a familiarity.
yeah, you have a strong familiarity to this place. It just like seems so like you've walked this path before. You've been in through these corridors before. You just cannot. You don't have the recollection you've been here. You guys enter the place. He leads you to like a kind of small guest area where you can sit down and stuff like that. Ireena, sounds like your friends are hungry. I will get you food, and then we shall talk. Do you not remember anything?
And kind of looks over at Gruff and Evan and Moonbeam like,
You don't recognize your own brother?
I'm sorry, I don't.
I compare them.
They do not look alike.
I shake my head a little bit. But that's it.
Now I'm curious. If I do an insight check on this guy,
Go for it.
just because I'm curious. First,
He's
of
gonna
all,
wander away, and you hear some.
the bold claim.
He sounds 100% genuine to you.
Ireena, how much of your childhood do you remember?
She looks up and with big eyes and kind of looks down and shakes her head and says, I don't remember anything.
So it's possible then.
I just remember being with the clerics and in the church and being taught. I don't remember my I don't remember being young and but these streets, they're all so familiar. This house, and she's just kind of looking at everything, trying to
Yeah,
take everything, like trying to find that
everything
one
seems
thing.
in place. Everything in this place seems in place where it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
and she's trying to find that one thing that might completely spark her memory, but she's just, I mean, she's just looking because it's all so familiar. What else do you do when you see something that's really, really familiar? You just have to study it and look at it and look more and try to take it all in.
So a little bit later, he comes back, and he has like this platter of some meats, some breads, um, basically some cured meats, some breads, and uh, a small pitcher of wine with some glasses. 5 glasses plus, and then actually 6 glasses, and he pours himself some. And so I was like, I'm gonna need more of this. But anyway, all right, Ireena, please tell me, why did you come back to Barovia? We did so much to get you out of here.
Well, going back to my notes here. Hold on. Hold on. Um, now I know. Now I know how the Critical Role people have it. um, well, I started having these nightmares, and I just had this draw that was pulling me here.
Oh. Do you not remember the horrors you faced here? What Strahd and our nightmares that we have to deal with? We did kill him for a little bit, and then he apparently resurrected. And so the light of Barovia still goes back to dim after we've gotten rid of him. But he's back again. He's caused some havoc. But
Well, I do know the story of Barovia that was war driven and until it was tamed by
Strahd,
Vader.
Strahd von Zarevich, that
Oh, was
man.
it? How I
Oh,
totally spelt that
well,
wrong.
it's actually probably because it's like, I think it may have been his father. Can't remember if it was his father that actually got it, and then Strahd took it over afterwards.
It was I wrote down it's all one word, Drodvader. Is that I guess it's not in any of the handouts, is it?
Not that
Unless
I've
it's
seen, no.
in uh
But you might have information I don't.
this is just notes that I took from our first night.
Mhm.
So
Oh, Strahd von Zarevich.
okay. I don't know where
Is
I
the
got the door.
ruler of the land that he had conquered this land and claimed it his own. Ended up becoming a vampire at some point in time. We don't know when. You should have known this.
Did you say vampire?
Did you not inform these people of the horrors they'd be facing here?
I don't remember.
You don't even know me, your brother.
She
Ismark.
shakes her head no.
The town called me the lesser until our father died a couple months ago.
Father died?
Mm-hmm. It was his last wish before you, before you left. Actually, he didn't. Oh, I'm gonna recon something. He died, probably. So let's say a week ago. He died a week ago.
Oh,
I'm just saying he died a week ago. I was gonna say months ago, but no, I'm gonna change it to weeks ago. He died a week ago. Sadly, I do not have enough strength to move his body to the graveyard.
oh, is it smelly in here?
No, it's been somehow fine. It's not. He's not rancid for some odd reason. I think the wine preserved his body. He has a. I built his coffin, and I just need to get him up to the graveyard. I haven't had time, but
Where's
being
on the map? Where's
burger man,
sorry,
It's
on the map,
practically
where's the graveyard?
it's due north, pretty much.
Okay. So towards the castle.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, but the castle's a long ways off. Like, we're not in any danger of accidentally approaching the castle.
Right. Well, we gonna look over at Gruff and Evan. You think you could help bury my father? Please?
I don't see why not.
That would
We
be
do what we
much
need to do.
obliged.
Where are we going to bury him?
I've talked to Donovich, though he's been looking really ragged. I hope he has had a. I don't know the last time I asked him plot, but he said when I bring it, he'd have the plot ready. But I'm not. I also told him I was like, so when I get able to get people to bring it up there, I can. But running the town is definitely a pain in the ass. Here. Gotta.
Well, you run the town?
Our father was the burgomaster, and now I'm the burgomaster. Don't you recall I was known as Ismark the Lesser in this town? Because I was lesser than my father. Now,
She's doing that young look with the rolling of the eyes. I don't remember. And well, what's your name?
Ismark. You've heard the name before, but you somehow can't make that connection.
It's so strange. It's all so familiar, but it's like I've heard a story about it. I don't remember anything.
Well,
And her eyes kind of get wide, and she looks around really quick and grabs her satchel, and she flips open the flap, and she's looking through it, and she's going, no, 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 no. It's got to be in here somewhere. Ah! And she pulls out this note.
okay.
A sealed parchment with, put my glasses on so I can see what the seal is. I don't know if it's
not particularly, the seal on there is not particularly anything. If you want to take a picture of that thing.
It's initials and a crown. It's initials and a crown.
Do me a favor and take a picture of it with your phone and post that to the Discord channel.
Okay.
Are
Get
you
my
going
notes
to
out of it.
open it?
She just pulled it out. She is not
Okay.
opening it.
Okay.
And I'm taking pictures of both sides.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me get back and go back. Go here.
So everyone else can see that little letter thing too.
Okay. I got both pictures coming.
Wonderful. I'm
I've
not gonna
had
bother.
this.
Very fancy.
She just says, I've had this and I have felt it's supposed to be important, but I've never opened it.
Well,
And she'll show that it's still sealed.
it looks like our father's handwriting on the outside, and that is a seal that we use. Matter of fact, he goes to a desk and actually shows you the exact seal that thing that has on it. And you can see there's like leftover wax of the same color on it too.
So this is from father.
I would assume, yes. You're the one that had it, sister.
She does that little eye roll.
How long have you had that letter?
As long as I can remember.
Mm.
You've had it
And you've never
even
opened it?
before you've left Barovia. Father gave it to you on your way out.
When was that?
Say about a year and a half ago. Pretty much the end of your memory.
I don't remember anything before that. I was just in.
You
I'm
were.
making as I go
We
here.
had. Oh yeah, it's fine. We had you with a party of people and like the mage, known as the Mad Mage, nowadays. Go, get you ready to leave Barovia as they went and fought Strahd. As soon as they killed Strahd, they've set you out, and they realized that they like getting you out of this area because it was our father's wish to get you out of Barovia as soon as we had the chance. Because we've seen Strahd killed multiple times, and yet he still comes back. So when they killed him that time, it was a mad dash to get you out of Barovia. And so, getting you out of Barovia, and then got you out of Barovia, and then the Mad Mage came back. And he was determined to find a better way to kill Strahd, and he set on that task. And we haven't heard from him since.
Well, now she's going to pull out the invitation from Strahd and show it to her brother.
Oh, he sees it and looks as like, don't go. He would love it if you ended up in his abode, in his grasp. For his castle is the heart of his domain. This whole realm is his domain. He can't escape it unless he's dead. Or he happens to give you privilege to leave. He only gives that to the Vistani due to some reasoning I do not know. I do not
Well-
suggest you going to Strahd's, Ireena. He does not know that you're here yet, but there are spies everywhere. I do not know how long before he knows that you're here.
How would he not know if he invited me here?
He knows the people that enter Barovia. He doesn't know who the individual is until he meets them. Or his spies tell him otherwise.
You mean
I
such
see.
as crows?
Yeah, possibly. I do not know if crows do not... I don't know if crows can actually say who someone is, but they do able to relay information. So if your name is to be said, they might relay that information.
Well, she's still holding the note from her father.
There's still something I don't understand. Why would Strahd care about Ireena specifically? Why would he be looking for her?
Strahd has captured many of brides, but this fascination with Ireena, she is quite the beautiful one. Look at her. She is quite pretty. But
She just rolled her eyes again.
Strahd finds some reasoning, some fascination with
Like the Burgermeister's daughter.
Well, not necessarily. She is my adopted sister. But yes. She's been growing up with us for ever since she was probably 6 or 7. But she's been living here under the Burgomaster's care and as my sister pretty much ever since.
So where is she from?
Donovan found her, and then we decided to take her in. I do not know where Donovan found her. Like in the woods somewhere, but I can't remember. It's been long ago. I could care less for blood. Ireena,
So
you
you're
are
telling
my
me
sister.
she's fairykin.
I'm surprised,
Okay, then.
honestly, you haven't opened that thing yet.
Well, she's still looking at it. I think it's time I do. And she's going to open it.
Okay. I'll let you get a moment to open it real quick. Why I have to set up the stream so it doesn't echo. So I gotta change windows here.
Okay.
You can continue talking. I'm just gonna change windows.
Okay.
Are we here long enough for a short rest, at least?
You know what? Yeah, I will say you're gonna be here for at least an hour for a short rest. And you're gonna be fed too, so.
Then I'll do some healing.
Yeah, at least
I'm
one
trying to be
dice wouldn't
very
hurt.
careful with this so I can save it.
Oh, yeah, if you don't want to save it, I want it.
I want to save it. I want to frame this. If not it, a picture of it.
Okay.
Nice.
This is
So-
freaking cool, guys. Hold on.
I know. Hang on,
I'm
I
gonna-
gotta. Okay, so I gotta do this. Show to
But
players.
I'm not reading it yet.
Oh no. You
Hold
don't
on.
have to read it. You don't have to read it. You can just read along. I have something for you. There's that. And there's that. Hey
Hail
guys,
to
go.
thee.
Hang on. I got it. I have it all set up. Just give
It's
me a
coming.
second.
Coming. Give him a second.
Give me
Okay,
a second.
okay.
Play it. Come on. And I think that's going to be the right volume there. Hey, are you going to play music? Come on. Hey. Are you going to play? Load freaking music. Anyway.
Oh, there's music for the letter. It's playing.
Oh, you guys hear it? Because I don't hear it.
Yeah,
I
we
see
are.
it in the jukebox
Oh,
tab.
I don't-
I can hear
I
it
don't-
very. It's very quiet, but yeah.
I don't have my.
Okay, so I need to screw it. And then I need to do something real quick. So I want to hear it too. But anyway, because I need to hear it as well. So give me a second.
Turning up the volume.
Okay, I haven't started it yet, so I'm just playing music for that part because I wanted it with that background. Oh, no, I didn't want it. Oh, dang it! Not what I wanted.
Should have done a test run of this before trying to do it live.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? I had it set up just like I did a test run, and I'm just screwing it up because I thought everything was duplicating, but apparently this is not duplicating. Anyway, back to this.
Did you not think that I'd open the letter?
I was all pretty much anticipated this, but I'm having like troubles with some stuff like. There we go. Now I'm hearing music.
Okay,
There we go.
I hear it too.
Let's turn that up a little bit.
I hear it.
My dearest, Ereena, as I pen down these words, I am acutely aware that they may be the last connection between us, and my heart aches with unspoken emotions. The shadows that have long cast their pall over Barovia have grown darker, and my time in this land draws to its close. Fate has a curious way of weaving its tapestry, and you, my dear, have been entwined in its intricate design for good or ill. Know this, my love. My deepest hope is for you to find a life beyond the borders of Barovia. I long for you to breathe the air of freedom, to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, and to experience a world unbounded by the malevolent forces that have gripped our homeland for far too long. Your brother, soon to be Burgomaster, shoulders the responsibilities of our people. I trust he will carry the mantle with honor and strength. It is my fervent wish that you support him in his endeavor, for together, you and Ismark can forge a path towards a brighter future for Barovia. Ereena, my beloved, heed my words. Do not return to this accursed land. Your destiny lies beyond the mists that enshroud Barovia. Seek solace in a world where the sun's rays warm the heart and laughter echoes freely.
Wrong one.
Embrace the life that awaits you beyond the borders of this haunted realm. I fear the night and the Dark Prince that rules over Barovia.
That's what I wanted to share.
Strahd's desires are insidious, and I shudder at the thought of him making you his eternal bride. Do not let the chains of this cursed realm bind you. It is with a heavy heart that I bid you farewell, my dearest daughter. May the memory of my love and the hope for a brighter future be the guiding light that leads you out of the shadows. With all the love a father could bear. Kolyana and Dorodovich.
There you guys go. The actual letters that I was supposed to show you. Whoops, I showed you the wrong ones.
I know. I was trying to follow along. I was like, I don't see where we are.
Right, yeah, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
we're
shit,
fine.
these don't look right anyway.
Yeah.
So, so there's the actual ones that BJ wrote up. And the first one, the unopened letter. Now it is opened letter. I'm going to change the name of it here in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's got tears coming down her cheeks.
So what do we do now?
I fear I've by not reading this sooner, I've gone against my father's wishes. Other than the fact that this has really brought tears to my freaking eyes, and I'm really gonna have to give BJ a huge freaking hug.
Oh, I got to tell you a couple of things about it in here in a second, too.
Because between the physically holding the letter and it being in handwriting and listening to the accent and the words and stuff, although maybe not 100% in line, but close enough. It really did strike a chord. So I'm wiping tears from my eyes.
Yes, yes. I was planning this thing for months, girl.
It was a direct attack.
That's what you get for willing to let me choose this character. You're willing to play this character. That's key.
So since she basically does not remember 19 years of her life. So with the letter I'm sure she didn't actually hear his voice, but reading his hand, seeing his handwriting in the home, it is any type of memories coming back, or is it just all that it's just out of reach familiar?
It is still out of reach, very familiar. You have 100% faith that this is your father, and you had kind of like that kind of vague memory. You could hear him saying these lines to you and all that, but you just can't place everything. Your memory's very hazy. You don't know why, but you're just like, your memory's very hazy.
Maverick, Moonbeam, do you guys know any type of spells that can help with memory loss?
Nothing with the memory loss, no.
I believe you didn't ask the doctor. I get it.
She'll turn to you and say, do you know of anything?
I mean, probably not medicine-wise, but I would say that do I know of anything medical practice-wise about, like, amnesia?
As far as
like,
you know, for like
hypnotism?
practically memory, you'll have to hopefully find something like triggers her, or she hits her head properly, or those types of like tropes. You're thinking that's possibly the capability.
I'd pass it along then, at least, that in most cases of amnesia, memory just comes back with time. Sometimes certain incidents, such as this, might bring things back, but it's really difficult to say.
Eh, it does not sound like it's a good idea to go to the castle.
I mean, given the letter we found at the Dursts.
Strahd wants her, then yeah, that's a bad idea.
I do not wish to marry anyone at this point, let alone someone who terrorizes this village.
So then the question becomes, what's Strahd going to do when we insult him by declining his invitation?
I don't want him to take it out on the town. Perhaps I should see father, as she looks at Ismark.
I suppose. Yeah, we need to get him properly put into his grave as well.
By now,
I'm
with
glad to
everything that's
see
happened,
that-
what time of day is it?
I'm gonna say it's like 3-ish, 2-3-ish.
Okay,
It's not.
so
that
we still have
you've had
plenty of.
you had a short rest being in here, having chit chat with Ismark, and all that.
Rest doesn't bring on level 3, though, right?
Oh, you had a short
You
rest.
need a long rest.
Anything to get your spells slots, or anything you can get from like a full rest. I'm gonna say you have hit points and stuff like that. That's fine. What your max hit points is capable, but you haven't recovered your hit points yet to your max level. And just things that if what you get out of a short rest, you can get out of a short rest. To get like the full things
Okay.
out of a long rest, you get out of a long rest.
Yay, wild shape.
Yay.
So
And I can't remember what I can get.
Well, if you use your Channel Divinity, you'll get that back.
I'll get, yeah, I did.
You can spend hit dice if you have any.
I didn't.
Do you need to use hit dice to heal yourself
No.
up? Okay.
No, I had 2 temporary hit points and I still had them, but I lost them during the short rest, right?
Depends on the source they're from.
Right.
It was from one of you guys.
It was from a wild magic spell. You can still
Yeah.
have it.
Oh,
Most of the
okay.
time, that stuff will wear off like at a long rest, unless it says otherwise.
Right.
Speaking of hit dice, Maverick, I know you were low on hit points, so spend some hit dice. Probably not a bad idea for you.
Yeah. Sorry, what am I
Okay.
doing?
My eyes of night, I do not get unless I have a long rest. But I can expend a spell slot to share it again
If you need to.
if I need to. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing I'm down at this point.
Before I
that.
forget to tell you, if you look inside the writing script, there's a part where it's like eternal bride. If you find that word eternal bride, it's not eternal bride. It's a eternal, like a eternal elemental. Like the fantasy rock opera that we did. He writes it as a eternal. So in that little,
he
that's the
did.
little. Yes. He realized.
Ah.
I noticed that he realized that. And we're like, we're gonna leave it. We don't care, because Rena's gonna have a freaking love that little Easter egg in there.
I looked at it and it was like, it seemed so normal to me, because I could see eternal, but a eternal, yeah, I love it. That is so cool.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Rena.
This thing is awesome, guys. I really want to frame it.
I hope you do, because if you don't, I want to frame it. Because I want it. It's like, Rena, if you do not keep it, I want that thing.
Give it to me.
It's
must be
2
mine!
pages. I've gotta figure out. I gotta do some planning on that one.
So Kian, what I was talking about was a short rest. In the center column of your character sheet, there's a section called hit dice.
Okay.
You have a number of hit dice equal to your level, and you can use those during a short rest to regain hit points.
Yeah.
Since I remember you got knocked unconscious at the end of the last
Hey,
game.
did you want to use your bandage to help him heal faster? Or do you think just using his hit points is going to be fine?
I mean, I can help.
If he does bandage me up, I would likely want to be in a private area, just because likely wounds will be exposed, and as such, body parts thing.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still struggling. Like I was getting better earlier today, and then like another wave or something hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, are you not feeling good?
He got a concussion.
What? Oh, you got a concussion from Saturday?
Yep, he did.
Yeah.
That's why he
Oh
was
my
sitting out
God,
the entire
Kian.
time.
I am so sorry.
It's fine. There's no bleeding or anything, so that's good.
Well,
That's why Sarah had to drive, Florian had to drive him home. And then
Yeah.
Layla pick him up for player practice.
well, that part I didn't know. So
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, so I'm still struggling. So hit
Kian's on
dice.
a bit.
Yeah.
He's on Dream Street.
I think when I leveled up, I regained, my hit points say 20. So I forget what I'm supposed to be at.
Oh, we can look up the healing word here. Looks like you got 4 hit points back from that.
Okay, so I should be at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I can use hit dice. How many can I use?
As many as you want, but you can use them one at a time and then decide if you need to use more.
Okay.
So here, I'll help some medicine here. As long as I roll higher than a 10. Woohoo.
Okay.
What does that do?
I'm going to say it doubles your healing from your hit dice. For your, it gives you an extra... It gives you
12.
It gives you an extra hit dice worth of healing. So, whether...
Okay.
Oh.
That's above average. That's actually average, according to what D6s are.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And then these recharge on...
So when you take a long rest, you get half of your hit dice back.
Rounded up or down?
Rounded up, I think.
I'm going to say up.
Okay. I'll use another hit dice then, so I can get to full.
Alright, use technically hit dice one more time. Because Evan helped you too. You only used 2, but Evan gave you a third one.
You get 1 for free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, bring me to 20, which is full health.
There we go.
Cool.
All patched up.
Thanks, Doc.
Anytime, Maverick. Place is crazy. Thankfully, we're out of the blade traps. Can't get worse than that.
Blade traps.
House.
I probably would have said
What?
that mostly in private because I assumed, again, because Maverick said so, we probably would have asked if there was just a private room we could move off to.
Oh, yeah.
Get him patched up.
That's fair. Ismark would definitely question things what you guys had gone through, because he's also en route. As those two are healing, Ismark looks to you, Ireena, and says, like, "You've looked like you've gotten stronger, sis."
Well, I think I have.
You're not as so delicate as you were when you left. You looked a little bit more battle ready. You almost probably could beat me. It almost looks like. But I'm also weary from the last years.
Can I do an insight check? Just because she's so not trusting.
Oh yeah, you.
She just wants to kind of get a sense of whether or not he's telling her the truth.
Truth
And
on
this
what?
may.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he might be flubbing a little bit on whether or not you can take him or not, but other than that, everything seems to be fairly genuine. He may be flubbing.
Okay.
You don't know, because you haven't been around your brother, quote unquote brother, for a year and a half.
Well, and I don't remember him.
No.
So, while they're doing the healing on Maverick and patching him up, is it possible for us to rest here after we put Father in his resting place?
Don't exactly have a lot of space. We have your room that you can easily take. I haven't really changed it from your previous setup. I've been working on other things about the town. I've been busy. It's like never rest in this town.
And I presume you've taken Father's room, or is he still there?
Well, I've kind of... Father's room is pretty much where his cast is at right now. So until that's taken care of...
Died a week.
Well, where else am I gonna...
I mean, I'm not saying that in
cast?
character. I was saying that out of character. Because,
Okay.
like, he, imagine if your father died a week ago and you're like, my room now. That'd be a little suspicious.
I was comfortable. It's like, why bother? It's like, he died in his bed, and the easiest way is to build the cast and kind of put him in there.
Oh, Rich.
Have you done... Go ahead.
Go, Rich.
I was going to say, color commentary. When Gruff came in, he was really rough. He was down to 4 hit points.
Did you hit dice?
So, I did the hit dice. No, that wasn't the part I was talking about. You were talking about her brother's concern and everything. So that may have been something he noticed or not.
Concern on.
His sister's well-being, etc.
Oh, how injured we were when we showed up?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
he was.
think everybody was injured except for Ireena.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. He
No
was
So
not
wonder he
if
didn't
necessarily.
anything,
comment on it.
No,
it
he
could
was-
look like she beat the crap out of you.
And the other thing is like he was like hyper focused on Ireena.
On her.
Well, since you had said something about his worrying about her, I just thought I'd remind you that we were roughed up. Except for her, apparently.
So
Yeah, it's just like, you guys want to rest here. Yeah, apparently noticing that Maverick has bandages is like, you guys have a doctor, huh? He looks at you, Evan, and is like,
Yep.
You have medicine skills?
I do.
Huh.
I graduated I don't actually have a name for the university I went to, but
You studied under so-and-so?
Yeah. Graduated the university. I was a surgeon
of
for.
Harvard. Of Harvard. Come on.
I was a surgeon for about 12 years before I left the city.
Well, looking at your tall friend here, you'll probably need to help patch him up too. Did well with him. He's looking at Maverick kind of strange.
I mean, again, a lot of Maverick probably isn't visible, I would imagine.
Yeah. He's likely trying to hide every bit of his body that he can possibly do.
Actually, when you look again at Gruff, because of the short rest, he looks fairly impressive.
You've
clothes
recovered
are
from your
rough.
injuries a little bit more. You're long.
Quite a bit, actually. Those rolls were impressive.
Yeah.
I saw.
I enjoyed.
Oh, jeez.
So, did you do any type of spells on Father to help preserve him?
I've had Donovan do. What was it? False life? Is that right? Is that it? Or is it?
It's
not false life.
It's I think isn't it Sanctuary?
No.
not
It's
Sanctuary.
Spare the Dying?
Spare the Dying.
No.
No, wait. Is it?
No.
Spare the Dying makes them stay unconscious. There's one that preserves a body for like an extra like 10 days.
I know, and I think it was Sanctuary. Hold on.
Dang it. It's that spell.
Yeah.
Repose.
Gentle repose. That's the
Gentle.
one.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Gentle repose. That's what Donovan did.
Gentle Repose. That's I know I just read it, but I don't have it, so yet.
After he died,
I would if I
Donovan
had slept, but
put a gentle repose on him because he was here for his death.
and because I don't remember, who is this Donovan?
He's the father that is at the church up the hill.
Do I have a sense of what deity is
You would assume the Morning Lord.
okay? That I am kind of assuming that, but she's kind of looking for
You see, you glance around the house that you lived in, and you could actually like you looked at a certain
I can
spot,
see.
and there was an motif towards the Morning Lord at the
Morning
spot
Lord.
you would
Okay.
at the spot you would expect in your own house. So
Okay.
Also, as a
So as
subtle
long
note,
as it's, yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
sure. I was just gonna say, as a subtle note, when Ismark first saw you, he said, "Morning, Lord. What are you doing here?"
I didn't catch that.
That was his
um.
explanation for
Oh, I
seeing his
believe you.
sister
I
here.
just Rena didn't catch it, as opposed to Ireena.
right.
Well, just throwing it out there for your database then.
Yeah, thank you. Um, since I'm having such a hard time remembering, I'm just wondering if something was done to me by Donovan so that I wouldn't remember Barovia.
No, you had your memory like pretty much fine before you left with the Mad Mage.
It does seem strange that someone would remove your memory. If you'd known what Barovia was, you probably wouldn't have come back.
Correct. But what about this Mad Mage?
Well, he was planning to. He was originally gathering people to fight against Strahd, and he had as part of like getting some of the town people to help of our town. He made our father made a deal to get you out of here if he didn't permanently kill Strahd. To get people to go help, and so we lost several people. But we got you out, so it was kind of a win in our father's eyes. But sadly, we lost some people some people of the Barovia village of Barovia. There we go. It got us out of my mouth.
Some villagers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I.e., this is the village of Barovia.
I studied in a church of the Morning Lord.
Oh, you found one out of Barovia. Delightful.
Yes, and I
Morning Lord kind
studied
of
there.
joke.
Why would they take my memory, though?
Thank you, love. Repeat that again, Rena.
Why would that church take my memory?
I don't think
Would
the
that
church.
take your memory? Or would the possibility of the trauma of this place blunt your memory?
I don't know if anyone would. I know of things that have happened to people where maybe their memory has been altered. I don't know.
What about this mad mage? I mean, come on, he's a
Very
mad mage.
right, and he was very powerful mage, and I don't remember his actual name off the top of my head. Somehow.
Could he have removed that
Oh,
knowledge?
that's curious.
Well, you have at least a few leads then, if you think that's something to look into. You might also check your room, or at least see your father's face before we bury him.
Well,
Maybe
I
ring a
think
bell.
I'm presuming you're back and you're done healing Maverick now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think it is time that we take my father to his resting place. Even though I'm adopted.
He loved you like his own daughter. You should know this. I loved you like a sister. I was.
I understand that. But if he was not actually my father, then who is?
Sadly,
Blood of the
I don't
Covenant.
think we ever knew that. You were an orphan when we grabbed you.
My personality trait number 1 is bringing me to this conclusion. Maybe my father is Strahd?
No. I don't
Before we
think
jump
so.
to anything too crazy, the story Ismark told us was that Donovan found you in the forest.
And
And the
you should
forest
know
is around the castle.
It's possible. Like, it
the
sounds like
fact that
Donovan's someone to talk to anyways. Donovan might be able to tell you more.
out of the several hundred years, there's been no such thing as Strahd of having a kid. He has taken on many wives, but never had a kid.
She breathes a heavy sigh of very much relief. Then let's go see father.
Ismark guides you towards your father's bedroom, and on the actual bed is his cast, and it's actually closed right now. Here's his cast. Shall I open the lid for you?
Yes, please. She kind of
He lets you-
swallows.
He lets you
I
stand
have
in the
my hand
center.
on my sword.
He just like opens it up. And you see a familiar face. One that you've somehow, through it all, is actually clarity. You actually recognize this man as a caring father figure of yours. But the memories attached to this person are not there. It's just that you know that this is your caring father.
Some additional tears come down her cheek. Oh, hold on a second, guys. We got interrupted. Danny came up, she opened the door, and the cat came flying in.
Meow!
Oh!
The Wildcat of Barovia.
he looked at his ears, went sideways at that.
Scared the crap out.
You scared him.
When I went, meow!
Yep.
Nice.
He's a big chicken shit. Ever since he got neutered, he's been a chicken shit.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
Poor guy.
Necessary.
Should put a cucumber behind him sometime.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just mean.
um
I'm a dick, Danny.
Did you hear that?
What?
He says he's a dick, Danny. It's Dick.
You're too funny.
There's a
Dick.
couple of swinging dicks in here.
She takes her right hand, holds it up, showing the tattoo. It starts to kind of glow. She puts it to her heart. She holds it over him, father, and says,
Right, it's not dry out there.
follow the light. Morning Lord will take care of you. May we see each other soon. And then she'll reach up and she'll close the casket.
That's the most I've ever seen of any reaction from the Morning Lord in all of my time. I hope the Morning Lord is really truly with you, my dear sister.
Well,
Position myself at an end of the cask. I don't do anything. I just position myself.
do
As
you
far-
have a? Can you lead us to where he needs to go? Since I don't remember.
Yes. But I do need to, even though I cannot stay for the proper burial, I still need to tend to other things. But it has been very much a mixed feeling of surprise seeing you once again, Odysseus. The as he walks as like leads the way out. Anyone who's carrying?
I had one question for him first, if I may.
Yes. Your name?
what-
What's your name?
I'm Dr. Evan McCobb.
Can I call you just Evan?
You may.
Okay. You tall guy. What are you? What's your name?
Gruff.
Gruff? Fitting.
And that is Moonbeam. And that is Maverick.
Moonbeam, Maverick, pleasure. Now, I'm Ismark. Thank you. Now we've all been introduced. What was your question again, Evan?
I was just curious. Do you know how it was he died?
As far as we generally know, is just old age.
Insight check.
No one just dies of old age.
Not in Barovia, anyhow.
22.
The answer is yes to his knowledge.
Okay. So as far as we know, he's just passed away. It was his time.
Yeah, he is fairly old,
Yeah. No, that's fine.
and it's a lot of stress in this freaking town.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a heart attack in his sleep. He doesn't know.
Okay. But he doesn't have a flicker of foul play, and
No,
if foul
not
goes afoot, he's not
nothing
covering
afoot.
anything up.
Not covering a dang thing. He just
That's sort of what I expected, honestly, but I felt like it was worth checking.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine. So, you guys,
Should I
Lead-
wear a hood or something? I can put
He-
the hood up
he's-
on my cloak.
if you feel like you want to, Ismark is just walking out in his clothes. He's not doing anything different. He's leading the way.
I'm putting a hood up. My hood from my cloak.
Okay.
I'm picking up the casket, at least my end of it.
I will use my weak, feeble arms to try to help. I guess it's 10 strength. It's not weak and feeble. It's just not exceptional.
Anyone else helping besides Gruff and Evan?
I'll use my 3-foot half.
You're underneath
halfling
it, holding
frame.
it up, trying to hold it up.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should take a hold too, because I got a 14 strength. So I think I'm stronger than these guys, except for Gruff.
Yeah, right.
I think you're right.
Maverick, do you want to take the back end? Or are you just going to follow? Your choice.
We're lifting something?
You're
The
lifting
casket.
casket.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Sure, I'll help in the back.
All right. So no one's struggling. Everyone's helping. And you notice as you guys are walking, Ismark is not as like adamant like he was trying to get you back to the house. He's more casually walking with like a purpose, but yet not trying to force his body. And you notice he has a limp, and you feel like that wasn't there before. As in, like he wasn't supposed to have it in the first place. He just felt. You notice he just has a limp, and he's just kind of going on, but it's not anything dementia. It doesn't seem like it's slowing him down or anything like that. You just feel there's a little bit of give in his walk when he's going.
But he didn't have it when we were walking to the house?
He's walking at a completely different pace. He's walking a little bit more slower. Last time he was kind of rushing to the place, but now you can see there's a casual limp in his walk now.
He was also next to you, and now he's leading the way.
So you guys had to, and you guys you still hear the moans and wailing and sobbing from that house still here. But you guys head north and up the way. And let me do something here. Gotta change maps. And
is that the castle though, or is that the graveyard?
That is the church, and behind it is the graveyard.
Oh,
The castle's like probably like half a day's travel.
oh, okay. God, I was scared that was the castle. Good.
No, that's why I said earlier. We can't accidentally approach the castle. It's not that close.
Right.
Imagine if you did all this thing like, no, don't go to the castle. Now come on, let me take my our father and bury him at the castle.
I know I'm a ding dong. Just being terrible.
Paranoid, perhaps, in this case.
Well, her first personality trait, I expect danger around every corner. So it is kind of appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta move down. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, it is pouring rain.
It was thundering, striking a little earlier ago.
Really?
Right before we started, it's just thunder, thunder, thunder.
All I see is black.
You don't have vision?
I can see black, but I can hear the rain.
Oh. Turn on. Save. You should have vision now. Turn on. Save.
I see it.
I see 2 doors.
Okay, so you have vision.
Uh-huh. I see everybody. Well,
Yeah.
I see the party. I don't see my brother, and I don't see the casket.
Save. Yeah, don't worry about the casket. Casket's just... I gotta type in Ismark, though. Give me a second. Name PCs. Ismark. Where's your brother?
Okay. Since we're all holding the casket,
Yep.
I'm presuming he's going to open the door.
Yes. Just put the people like that. That's probably the order, roughly. More so, it's kind of like this, actually. Whereas Moonbeam's pretty much underneath the casket.
I'm very short.
What? Interesting. Weird.
What?
I'm just noticing on the screen that you're not registering in the proper spot.
Me?
In on my because on my secondary screen it doesn't show where, because you're still there. You go. Because it was actually you were in this spot when I had you over here. It was weird. Anyway.
Oh. Well, I just moved her there and back. So.
Okay. Open the doors. Open the doors. Ismark yells out, Donovan, I have my father. And you guys see this man who's just kind of gets up, his eyes bloodshot, like they've been trying to cry or something like that. It's like, oh, you're here, Ismark. Yeah. All right. Well, looks like you did break. Wait, Ireena, what are you? Oh, Ireena. Why did you
I guess the
come
hood didn't
back?
help much.
Why did you come back? Now, let's put your father to rest. He's looking at you kind of glowering and kind of like a slight spite towards you. As like he's gonna almost cry out of hatred. He seems like. But he's control. He seems to be under control, and he's just like, let's put your father away. And he's like, let's go out around the back. And you guys pretty much go out of it and head out to back to the let's go back to Village of Barovia. And you guys are heading around, going around the outside.
Oops.
And heading up. And it's kind of a long walk, surprisingly, because it goes back to kind of like the most fanciest one out of the whole scenario of mausoleums. It's actually all of the linear line. So you get Donovan fumbles his keys, and his keys look ragged, and he's just like, "Is this the key?" Opens it. No. Is this the key? No. It takes a moment, and you just notice he's like, shit. Here it is. And he's just grumbling at himself. He's like, I'm gonna find that key. And then he just like unlocks the mausoleum. And he's like, all right, bring your father in here, since this is the house of all the previous
Insight check.
Okay.
I want to check, is he
I'm just getting like this feeling like he doesn't know what he's doing, or it's is it me? Is it the situation? You know, um, is he overly nervous?
Well,
Okay,
with
I'll
that,
roll.
your questions. Roll.
Okay.
Yeah. He seems like there's a lot on his mind. Whether the vague hatred towards you, or the reason why he cries, or the fact that something's amiss, and he muttered to himself. It's just like can't. He just seems he has so much going on, and you're just like, oh man, this sucks. But yeah, but he's acting completely civil. He's doing the thing that he's. It seems like everything's fine otherwise, except for the fact that he has a lot of shit happening in his life as well.
Are we putting him like in a mausoleum?
Yeah, putting your dad in a mausoleum from all the previous burgermasters here. You guys put him down. Set
Okay.
rest.
Oops. Burgermaster.
And so you guys set him to rest. Donovan says a prayer to the Morning Lord. Something simple, but something kind of like he's said it multiple times. It seems very natural off the tongue. But you can also hear in him saying, when he's saying it, that it's the lack of hope is in there when he's saying it. And then he's just like, finish his prayers. Shall we lock up the mausoleum? And it's so sweet.
Yeah.
All right. He kind of encourages everyone to get out. Ismark leads the way for pretty much first out of there. And once Donovan like locks it up again, he's like, Ismark says, "Is like, Donovan, thank you. Ireena, please come by once again once you've possibly caught up with the town again. I have to sadly continue on my burgomaster business. Thank you, Gruff. Thank you, Maverick, Moonbeam, and Evan. Thank you once again.
Solemn nod.
I will be on my way. He kind of just heads out of the graveyard. It's kind of the same path you guys walked all the way out with his slight limp.
Well, to the end then.
You didn't want to stay at your house?
Oh, there is my room there.
It's a good opportunity to get some of your memories back. Potentially.
Maybe.
Wait, you don't remember what happened? So Donovan pipes up and says, "Wait, you don't remember all the troubles you've caused? All the lives were lost just because you were meant to get out of Barovia?"
No. I only remember the last year and a half. She's a little bit short
My
with
son
him.
died fighting for your cause.
I am sorry for your loss.
Moonbeam just growls at him.
I do not remember. I've just had these dreams, and I was pulled back here. Now I found that my father has passed. I don't remember him, and it was his wish that I never return. Yet, here I am.
Well, you won't find solace here. A good chunk of the people, including myself, will have some disdain towards you, Ireena. You are Strahd's desire, and he did not like you running away.
Why does he want me?
I don't understand Strahd. He is the ruler of this land. I am just trying to survive and find solace. Losing my son Doru to Strahd was not a thing I desired, and it has broken me. I hear his cries all the time.
Insight on this clergyman.
Sure.
Now I see why he doesn't like me.
Is there malice towards her, other than the? Nope.
I'm here. You say other than what?
Other than the loss of his son, is there malice in his eyes, like he would do her trouble?
You understand that he's not physically gonna do anything to her, but he just has spite towards her for the loss
He's
of her
angry
son.
at her.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. I just was
He
making
looks.
sure
He
that
looks.
there wasn't.
Here, I'll give you. Let's see if I can give you an image of Donovan here. Donovich. Switch. Donovich. Donovich.
Oh,
Show players.
I've been saying Donovan.
Yeah, on my bad.
Same.
I keep saying Donovan. It's Donovich. Bio and info. Player's handbook. Show players. There you go. That's what Donovich looks like.
Typical clergyman.
And his eyes are very, very red, and you can tell that he's like his tear ducts have run out.
I stand over close to Doc Evan and say, "Is that natural?"
I would assume so. I don't know. Is it natural?
What? His
So
eye
has he
from
been
crying
grieving
so
for
much.
almost 2 years?
You could almost. I don't know. You don't know, but
Is this church still sacred?
are you asking Donovich? Are you?
I'm mostly asking myself right now because I see is a priest with a lot of malice and a lot of ill intent. So it's like this: is this place still consecrated?
Sanctified. Consecrated.
You don't know.
Then I'm just gonna ask him: is this place still consecrated?
Why? Why would this place not be? Of course, it is consecrated. It's a place of the Morning Lord. I haven't had time to clean up the frickin' the destroyed benches, but it's been hard. No one really comes and visits the church anymore. Well,
Why is it that this town is so quiet? There's hardly any people about when we came through.
For the middle of the day. And the wailing. Someone crying.
Wailing has been incessant from Mad Mary for... it's been for long. Too long. Also... Ireena, you should know. Half the town is abandoned. Anyway, due to... lack of souls being born in families. You'd be surprised if anyone actually has any spirit or will in this town.
So obviously through a little bit of what we only saw a small portion of the town, but we saw no children.
There are children, but
Okay.
they usually are not allowed to wander or anything like that. Because things happen to them. Sometimes they disappear, and sometimes no one cares.
Yeah, can I do like a religion check to see if this place is tainted?
Oh, yeah. Well, as much as you could see, you could try.
I do not trust this guy.
It's like,
Tried not to trust him, but
Boom.
you do
bam.
not... You could realize that this place has been... There is no ray of sanctity of this place, but you feel... You don't think this place has been defiled, per se. But there is no actual sanctity to this place. But you can also notice that the all the graves are being overgrown, and they're not really as a gravekeeper to take care of this place, except for Donovan. So you can see everything's like unkept around. It's like, well, if you don't have need for me anymore, I will go back to my praying. And he starts walking towards back the church.
We should
Leaving you guys in the middle of the graveyard.
How easy would it be to do a little bit of cleaning up, at least around the Burgermeister's mausoleum?
It'd probably take you a couple hours to do some cleaning up. It is definitely lots of things look overgrown. And also, you don't really have the tools for it. All you have like your swords and your
And
hammer.
spear, yeah.
This kind of neglect is not for a day or a week. This is years of neglect.
Seems Barovia's fallen on rough times.
Indeed.
After the Donovich has left, you hear off in the distance the sigh, the moan, and the swallowing of Mad Mary. Just ever so faintly off into the distance.
Well,
Suppose we should figure out what we're going to do next.
I think we should go back to my father's home. Well, I guess now my brother's home.
As good a place as
My
any.
home.
But I mean, moving forward, I'm starting to think it was a mistake coming here.
Same.
Place is much
But
worse than I'd expected.
I think this
No,
town needs help.
Miss Whaley, does it sound familiar at all?
Well, you've heard it all the time that you've been in town. That's about it, though.
I mean, like, does it sound like a banshee?
Would you know what a banshee sounds like?
I don't know.
I don't know
I've
what
been to
Moonbeam's
this-
life experience is.
Well, I've been to this town before, so I would be familiar with the kind of like monsters that are running around, but I'm curious. So let me phrase it another way. Does the wailing seem supernatural?
No, it sounds like a freaking woman just sobbing her eyes out.
Okay.
We should talk to his Mark. Maybe as a doctor, there's something I could do to help. At least a little bit.
I assume
Do you want to go see this woman?
I'd prefer to see if what we can learn first. You don't pick up a name like Mad Mary if you know.
How fast are you guys coming back? Are you trying just normal pace, or are you waiting some time before heading back?
I want to head quickly, and I have my hood up
Okay.
because I really don't want to have a bunch of people coming after me.
All right. So you guys are heading that direction. You actually pass Donovich as he's just slowly walking on. He's not exactly in a rush, but he's going back on. So you guys get back to the front of the church before he gets back in the corner. You still heading on?
Father,
Yeah.
I recommend getting a glass of water. You look
Oh, you're gonna say
dehydrated.
that on the way? And he just like, bugger off. Okay.
So do you want to go to Mad Mary's?
All right. You guys get to center town. You also notice that this right here is a general store. Just so you guys know.
Okay.
I'd be curious to talk to some people, perhaps. See what we can learn about Mary before we speak to her.
Well, I think it would probably be a good idea if you go in there by yourself. I don't think I should be seen.
It's possible. feel like I don't know how to help people besides, medicine, surgery, sort of thing. I'm not a psychiatrist.
A what?
It's a type of doctor that helps people with emotional problems. I
Oh.
never studied emotion.
Emotional damage.
Do you guys want to stop in front of Mad Mary's? Or are you guys going to continue on?
I thought they were going to go into the shop
Oh.
and ask about Mad Mary first.
You wanna
Yeah.
go?
Wouldn't hurt. But it's
Alright.
also 9 o'clock, so.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, like, so
Oh,
you're gonna
Evan?
go plan to, you're going to go
Huh.
into the shop. So I'm just going to put you at the shop right there. And then
Okay.
we'll
Wow,
continue
that
on
went
with it.
by fast.
It usually does.
I'll stop the recording.